So while I was on my vacation of not yapping on TikTok for once in my life, it got me thinking, we've had this style of zombies for a decent chunk. I wouldn't really consider Vanguard or MWZ since that's not really Treyarch's game and they can't really fully intend that vision. But from, Cold War to BO6, the mechanics look very similar, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. In fact, I'm really glad they're actually doing this again since they've actually had the time to work on the systems and fully, just actually make it work better than how it did in Cold War. Not saying Cold War was bad, but it was 100%, and I think everyone can agree on this, it was superly heavily flawed, but nonetheless, I still had a shit ton of fun. But I would really like to see how Treyarch has pushed the bar to making those systems work and flow well just all together. But the thing is that after this, do I really want another game that has the similar mechanics to Cold War? No, this is the reason why I love Treyarch. Every single game, for the most part, has been a huge switch up from the last one. I mean, BO3 zombie mechanics compared to BO4 was a pretty drastic change, or I mean, hell, just give it BO2 and BO3. They are nothing similar alike besides, the basics, but they completely spin the wheel. And I mean, that's how they did it with BO4 and Cold War. They are not identical whatsoever, but yet they still 100% spun the wheel because they don't want to do the same thing twice. And it just makes me wonder, well, after BO6, are we still going to have the same mechanics? I mean, they tried so hard in using all these mechanics to make it super accessible to Warzone and multiplayer players that are they really going to go back on that? I mean, how could they even do that and, keep the player base? How could they do something new and keep the fan base that they've been building up for such a long time? And that makes me really worried about Zombies' future. Like, what if we're just in this huge stalemate where we just get the same mechanics every single game and Treyarch is never able to spin the wheel and make it unique? I mean, they obviously are trying their best to make it more unique. I mean, the fact that they brought back Gobblegums, the whole augment system, I mean, all of these are new and very exciting changes, and it shows that Treyarch wants to change it up, but it seems like they are tied down to these base systems, the Warzone blueprints, such as gun rarities and armor, and I think they can make it work really well, but at the same time, it just makes me feel like we might not get another game that is just absent of it, and it's really sad because, like I said, Treyarch is really known for spinning the wheel and changing it up, and what if they can't do that, and just Activision will force them to make the blueprint Warzone-like, and there's nothing they can do, and just the overall, the potential future of zombies. Activision, I mean, ever since Warzone came out, all the games have been very similar, and it seems like they aren't going to change it anytime soon. So, I mean, I feel like Zombies deserves a fat break after BO6. I mean, if they hit the mark and they land it, which I think they will, I think they should just completely leave Zombies alone until it's the next Treyarch game and not just have it in every single game. I know MW2 didn't have it, but still, having Zombies this often is just going to cause a fatigue, and then people are not going to care for the next game, even if it's massive and it's super cool, Like, I feel like we need to have those breaks between these zombie games so that then they can actually introduce new mechanics so they don't have to fucking reuse all the old ones because they're limited on time and scheduling. And overall, I think it would be healthy for the game and community. I mean, I love Zombies as much as the next person. I mean, I absolutely adore it. I play it so often, and it would suck to not have as much zombie content. But at the same time, quality over quantity, I'd much prefer that than, just getting Vanguard again. We don't want another Vanguard, guys. So what do you think? Do you want to see the continuation of Cold War's mechanics, but, further added onto it and approved? Or would you like for them to do a complete reset like how they did between BO4 and Cold War?